Oh, peace, brother Polite.
Hey, what's up, Ken?
Well, I want you to know I'm live. Do you want to talk or no?
I'm actually traveling, but what's going on?
All right, I'm quite sure you see the internet is lit up. People is talking crazy. And
Yeah, I'm just telling you something crazy.
yeah, people are talking crazy that you had molested a 14-year-old girl. I don't know how true it is. That's why I said I'm not gonna jump out the window. I'm not saying none of that until we can find out what's really good. And I don't know if you want to talk or we could set something up probably tomorrow whenever you can stop traveling or whatever.
You know we don't play those games. Just like when niggas were coming at me with all the goofy shit before.
Okay.
You know, when people make serious allegations like that, you know YouTube ain't the place where you deal with it.
Got you. I
You know,
got
I
you,
stay with
brother.
our
Say
whole
less.
fucking legal team. You know what I'm saying?
Say less.
But what I'll tell you is this. You know, I ain't no fucking weirdo. You see all the beautiful, voluptuous people I be with.
Yeah.
So I ain't a weirdo. That's what it is. But I know what it is for people.
Yeah.
When you make a very negative accusation against somebody, some accusations are so negative, you be like, yo, that shit's so negative, it gotta be true, because who would say something that negative?
Damn.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that shit is. But you know, I ain't gonna speak on it any further, but I tell you this, if I accuse somebody of some shit, niggas gonna buy into it, niggas hate me. But if somebody accuses me of something, it's always true. But I'm always walking around free.
Right.
It's always true, but I'm always free. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but I just got wind of it.
Say no more, man.
But you know, love you, man. Thank you for even just asking me.
All right.
You know, and being a brother, just asking.
Yes.
I thank you very much. But you know how we got to do when it comes to this type of goofy shit. You got to leave it in the hands of the people that deal with that kind of negativity.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. All right. Peace.
Yes, I can't do it in the world of YouTube. Peace.
All right.
Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters is out there unto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. I don't know how I'm going to start this through the spirit. I'm just going to go on a thing, the hot topic of this evening with this clown-ass Polite and his controversy was going on right now for a hot minute. A couple of live streams from one of the sources to everybody else coming with their own live stream. And even Sarnetta, he came with his live stream and he actually called Polite and Polite answered. And pretty much basically saying the rumors or that they're just rumors and so forth. But if you haven't heard, basically, the word is out that Polite slept with one of his girlfriend's daughters. He raped one of his girlfriend's daughters, so to speak, in a hotel room. She was drunk, and they matched the semen to his semen and so forth. And he was locked up. The bail was denied, but he's out. So there's a lot of things that's going on out there, which we like to observe things and watch things and see things fully develop before we say anything and give the proper judgment as it's supposed to be, like the scripture just says. You know, you just don't supposed to just judge a matter, even though we felt in our spirit that this is a very strong possibility. But what even made it more a stronger possibility, this is why I really want to talk about, is this. Let me get this one particular scripture first and get it out the way. Luke 12:2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye spoken in the darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which you have spoken in the air in the closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. So when the Lord was speaking, he was speaking about the scribes and Pharisees and the things that they were doing in secret, in darkness. All right. Matter of fact, get this real quick. It's not the particular scripture I wanted. This is one in the Apocrypha, but this is just a point. Isaiah 29, I believe it's 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? who knoweth us, which we all know this is a particular scripture we bring about when we speak of the illuminated ones, which so happens this is exactly how this is spirit. This is exactly how it needs to be said, because although it seems like there's a good amount of evidence against this man, yet he's saying basically that if all these things was happening, he's still walking out there free. Now, you can say, yeah, it could be just a rumor that's being spread about him. He's walking around free. But let's put it another way. Who does Polite work for? Why would I say something like that? Not to be a conspiracy theorist, which, if you break down the word, is exactly what it is. And Polite is a Freemason. Flat out. And his job was to go out there and deceive the people, the minds of the people. Okay? And he's been doing a good, successful job, because there's a lot of other cases where he's supposed to be locked up for fraud and other things of that nature. All right? Being a scam artist that he is, he should have been locked up. But yet he finds himself not locked up and still running rampant in these streets. So either A, he's innocent in all cases, which is kind of mind-boggling, the fact that this man who's all over the place and traveling all over the place with countless people with their testimony saying that he ripped them off can walk around freely. Or does he have somebody speaking for him? Okay? And one of the men that was bringing out the dirt of of Polite is his good old friend Sarnetta a while back ago, which the video was out, and Hassan Campbell said it, and another guy said it as well, where Sarnetta himself called Polite Little York or Baby York, as for his doctor, Dr. York. And Dr. York is known for what? Pedophilia. And he did it, when he said it, out of anger, letting his Frankie out, which is his true name, out of anger and fury, because he was being ripped off and they was going through their little thing. But why would he say something like that, knowing that those allegations are damnable by nature? Because at the end of the day, this is the Most High's program. And the Most High has a way of doing things that we as men think we have an idea, but we don't have a clue how the Lord can strategically make certain things happen to individual men. All right? And lead them to their downfall, to their destruction. Okay? Get this real quick. I'm going to make this short. I'm not going to go into it because we still looking for more information on the subject matter, but it's still good. Matthew 12 and 36, it says, "But I say unto you, every idle word that men speak shall they give account thereof in the day of judgment." And what was one of the main things that Polite was pushing at 2013? That GMS, when the apostles on down, with a whole bunch of pedophiles. All right. He came to the camp and it was broken down to him correctly what the scripture says about the ancient way of doing things. He got upset. It got spent out there, and then he went full throttle against the scriptures. And those things which was damnable by nature, because that's what people would do. All right. That's just a way to get the crowd against you. They will say damnable things. They did it to the Lord several times. Matter of fact, since I'm here, speak evil against thee. Matthew's the 5th chapter. Matthew 5:11, it says, Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you, falsely for my sake. And that's what happened. The camp, according to the world, was condemned because that man brought damnable heresies, damnable offenses against the men of the Lord. All right, and it's only befitting that the Lord would bring that back to him. Now, either it's true or not. We look at the bigger picture. That would be perfect. That would be poetic justice. But the Lord, He's a higher power. Yahweh is the Most High is a higher power. Whatever the Most High has in store for this man is gonna surpass any of our thoughts. All right, any of our thoughts. It says, "Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you," and that's what they did. Being part of GMS was total condemnation at that particular time. So when this man said those things and did those things at that time, that could really have destroyed brothers' livelihood, and in pretty much in a soft manner did certain ways, but the Lord always find a way to deliver us. Okay, which that was just the beginning of how it's gonna get now. All right, because it's about to come down hard. But this particular individual is now being said he's being caught for doing the same thing that he condemned us for. And that's, Isaiah, I have to bring this out. 34. I'm sorry. Yeah, Isaiah 34 and no. It's 47. No, 54. Isaiah 54. Sorry. 54:16, I believe. No, 4:17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise up against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. So he's walking around for the past 8 years unscathed, and we brothers cursed him, put curses on this man long ago. You think the Most High did not hear? You don't think the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, was not listen to brothers' prayers? You know? So that was one of those tongues that condemned us. It says, thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servant of the Lord, and the righteousness is of me, save the Lord. So every tongue that rise up against us, we shall condemn. All right. So this man, no matter what the situation is, he is condemned to death, because what he did was an evil act towards his brother. Matter of fact, there's a law on it. Let me get that real quick. Let me get the law on exactly what he did wrong. Exodus. Matter of fact, there's two of them. Exodus 20 and 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. All right? And he was bearing false witness because a certain subject matter, which these people emotionally, they supposedly act like they emotionally invested into it when it comes to young women. But these are the same women or the same men 20, 30 years before were doing it. They just go with the flow. Whatever the devil says, they'll go against. If the age of consent was lower, this world would accept it. All right? They would accept it, no problem. But when we tell you that was part of the scriptures, and the way the thought process that you have is completely incorrect, people get upset, get emotional, And what do they attend up doing? Bearing false witnesses. All right? Condemning men's soul. And when you do that, you're leading people to destroy us. All right? And this is a clear cut. All right? I believe there's another false witness. Yeah, let me get this one. Proverbs. Oh wow. Proverbs 35:11. False witnesses did rise up. They laid to my charge things that I knew not. And that's what they was doing. All right? That's exactly what they were doing. They was bearing false witnesses that brothers could be condemned, to be destroyed. So now the table is turned. He's acting all confident because he has a backing. And his backing is the same people that's helping destroy and bringing mass confusion. All right? So, hey, man, you niggas gonna get yours, man. I mean, let's see one. Acts, 1 Corinthians 15:15. Yeah, and we are found false witnesses of the Most High because we have testified of the Most High that you are raised up. Yahushua whom he raised not up, if so be that the dead rise not. Oh, this goes to something else. That's what I was looking for, but yeah. And I'm gonna go to this one. Just had it too. Let me go back to this real quick. I just had it, man. It'll come back. Through the Spirit. Oh, yeah, that's what Matthew 18. And 6, it says, but whosoever shall offend one of these, matter of fact, let me go up. 5. Whosoever shall receive one such little child in my name shall receive me. And that's the brothers, man. Flat out. It's not talking about just a little child. It's talking about, the Lord was referring to his men as children that the world should receive. And if you don't receive the Lord's children coming to you, because we have to come in humbly. You ask us a question, we're going to answer to the best of our ability. We're showing no pride because we know exactly what we're saying. It says, but whosoever offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it was better for him that a millstone were hung about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depths of the sea. So the Lord is basically saying it's better off that you drown to death, all right, slow agonizing death of your of your lungs being filled up with water so that you can't breathe, that you suffocate, then defend his little ones, then defend one of his men. All right, verse 7. Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come, but woe to that man by whom the offenses cometh. And this man, this particular individual that this show is based upon, is guilty of that. He brung very life-threatening. All right, he even got the Crips and the Bloods. All right, saying certain things that they was gonna come and kill brothers. All right, not to say these things that you go into gangsters that kill their own people, that's a whole nother subject in itself. But like I was telling the brother, Jake don't know how to judge. Jake just judged by emotions, which in turns is gonna lead them to be put to death. All right, like the scripture says, cast out the beam out of thy own eye before you cast it on your brother's eye. And a lot of niggas would come on with the nigga logic or nigga justice of if somebody if a man gets with a young woman in jail that he will get raped. How's that justice? That's even more wickedness on top of wickedness. And then people that's mostly in jail, you're promoting homosexual behavior. All right, which is offensive. Which is the judgment is of that is death. So Jake don't have no rhyme or reasoning to judge any matter, okay? Because they themselves are off and they will be judged. That's what the Lord said. What He said when they wanted to kill Mary Magdalene, and they said, and the Lord wrote something down on the floor, said, "He who have not sinned, let him cast the first stone." And you niggas are out there guilty of that. But like I said, this is a whole nother. I'll do another show on that in itself. But this man caused a lot of offenses to take place. Might I add, he shot up the Bible. Might I add, he comes down and disrupt everything that brothers say or do. And he's ripping the people off. He's completely going against what the scripture says. And then he turns around many years later and omitted that how the apostles and elders was breaking it down was the correct form and made sense. All right? And he never apologized for that. So it's still like open season. But in the sight of the Lord never forgot. See, men may forget things, but the Most High never forgets. And it would be poetic justice if the Lord get him like that. But who knows the mind of the Lord? The Lord could have something even better in store for him. But I'm gonna end it off on this. Galatians 6 and 7, which me and the brother was talking about it. But it says, "Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked." And a lot of these outside of the Hebrew Israelite community, a lot of these guys mock this word. Yeah, even men that's supposed to be no Israelites, they mock this word. But the Lord said, "Be not deceived." Don't put in your mindset like nothing's gonna happen. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So these guys are gonna pay for the talking ill towards the men of the Lord. For he that soweth to his flesh, of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life and everlasting. It says, "And let us not be weary in all doing, for in due season." I can't make this up, man. Let me read that again. It says, "Let us not be weary." Let's look up the word worry. It says, "Be utterly spiritless," to be word out, exhausted. So you know, brothers know, especially if you've been in this truth for X amount of years, sometimes certain judgment don't come the way you want it. Let's be honest. Somebody might bother you. Somebody might do things that they shouldn't do. All right? And you like, "Lord, Salak Rayam, Mashapatyam," and you send up those curses on that individual and nothing happens. But from experience, I'm not even going to get to it, but patience, timing is perfect in the hands of the Lord. That's why the scripture says, "Vengeance is mine, save the Lord." All right, because who knows how to get somebody back more than the Most High? See, we men of flesh, so our first reaction is going to be something that's quick and easy. All right, that's why you're not supposed to get carnal. Let the Lord handle it. All right, let the Lord handle the situation that is called for, when it's called for, because the Lord knows it best. He knows that individual. He knows how to get that individual person that do you wrong. And the reason that person comes and do you wrong is because of the fact that the Lord wanted you to send those judgments on them. All right? To piss you off, and you would send up praise to him to get those things off. So we're not supposed to be spiritless, all right, or be exhausted. It says, "Of to be bad or weak, that is by implication to fail in heart, faint, be worried." So we're not supposed to be in that spirit. Let us not be weary in all doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So in all due season, everything will be answered. Every prayer that we prayed in righteousness will come to pass. All right? It all will come to pass through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The Lord knows how to make things right. And right now, what we're seeing judgment on all our foes. And these people that talk shit and disappeared, don't be surprised. There's more individuals coming out the woodwork, so their names come back up. And we see that judgment coming, man. Because we in that time and season. So with that being said, I hope you brothers edify something real quick. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. No matter what the situation is, true or not, judgment is coming on these people. Shalom.